Hello! I missed my weekly wrap up from last week, so I have a number of books to talk about. I'm going to start off by talking about The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. I wasn't a huge fan of this book. The main characters just weren't my favorite. I love Abby Jimenez. I love her banter. I think she's a great writer. It's just this story didn't quite click for me. In this story, a firefighter falls in love with a lady who has a small dog company, and she also has issues with infertility, and he wants a big family. They start out as friends, they kind of have a hookup thing, and then they end up together. So it's a cute little romance. It just wasn't my favorite Abby Jimenez. I liked Yours Truly a whole lot more than I liked The Friend Zone. The next set of books I read were The Shepherd Duology by Rachel Gillig. They are One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns. And my goodness, I love these books. I can see why everybody's talking about them. My favorite part about these books is the dark magic system in them. There's magic with bargaining in it, and it's just a really cool magic system. They have tarot cards and they tap on them and then magic happens. So it's really cool. It's unique. I liked the second book more than the first. The second book is third person limited still, but it has multiple points of view. And the first book is third person limited. It's really good. In the book, a young girl named Elizabeth has to hide her magic because being a person with magic, it's like it's disease. And if you have this magic disease, then you're hunted and killed in the society. So she's hidden by her father, and she teams up with one of the members of the guard to collect the deck and to free everybody from magic. It's real good stuff. The next book I read was book 2 in a duology. It was called The Faithless Hawk by Margaret Owen. I love this book as well. The magic system in this book is so cool. So the main character, Fi, is able to hold teeth, and the teeth each have their own powers. And in this book, she learns how to put the teeth together to make super awesome powers. I think the magic is really cool. This plot is just super fast paced. It's young adult, which is why I think the plot is so fast. But that being said, for a young adult book, the main character isn't a whiny young girl. She's strong, she's dependable, and she's really awesome. And I also love the love interest in the book and the prince. So many good layers to this book. For young adult, I definitely think this is excellent writing, and I highly suggest reading those books. The next book I read was The Ninth House by Leah Bardugo. I really liked this book. I thought the magic in this book was really cool. It's less magic and more paranormal. There's ghosts and demons and bargainy type magic. But there is a little bit of magic-y magic too, so it's pretty cool. It's in this book, the main character, Alex Stern, has a really rough history. She is a drug addict and she runs away from home, and then she's given a second chance when she's recruited to go to Yale to work for a secret society. And her secret society is in charge of policing the other secret societies. And she's also really cool because she can see and interact with ghosts, which is unique. So I liked this book, but it is dark. Definitely check your triggers before reading it. But the main character is so cool. I really liked Alex. And the last book I read was The Collective Regrets of Clover. And my goodness, this just might be my favorite book this month. I love how this book talks about grief and death in such a positive way. The main character is so reflective and yet not reflective. She suffers from romance addiction. She sees her way of life in such a way. And she has trouble with like cognitive dissonance and things that might get in her way. She also gets in her way a lot. She has never really made a friend. The only real connection she had was with her grandfather, and her grandfather passes away, and that deeply affects her and impacts her life. This is a story about someone who's very introverted. She doesn't like to leave her house, and she doesn't have a disability, which I feel like a lot of introverts that are talked about in literature are people who have disabilities. She doesn't have a disability. She's just had a kind of rough go of things. But it is kind of cool to read about an introvert. A lot of main characters are extroverts. They're out there. They're kicking butt and taking names. So this was a nice step back from all the fantasy I've been reading this month. Anyways, what have you been reading? Let me know in the comments below. Hope you've had a great week.